So I'm at Pinecrest, and what we did is wherever this thermostat is set to, so it's on heating right now, you want to make sure the thermostat in this little freezer area, where it'll be right here around the corner, you want to make sure it is set to heat as well. And there's your your mode button, excuse me, to change it from cool to heat, and everything should work as designed. This air will turn off when it needs to and turn on when it needs to, as long as that thermostat and that thermostat are both set to heat and or cool and cool. We just have to match whatever this thermostat is.
Okay, so it's 5:30 this afternoon, and we're on site here looking at the project and seeing what kind of progress we made today. Didn't make quite as much progress probably as what we had anticipated we might, just because of scheduling, but that's okay. But we did get all of our electrical tied in here. You can see Dustin did all this, bolted all these clamps on, got all that nice and neat up in there, so it looks really nice. We'll be sealing that hole right there off with some silicone, and the next step will be is bringing in the shroud cover right here and covering all that up like we talked about yesterday. So looking forward to it. It's probably real close to being ready to operate the actual unit, but we're getting closer. Every step gets us a little bit closer. This is a job site today. Looking good. So, yep. Exciting stuff. All right, so it's end of day Monday, 6:15. As you can see earlier, I was out working on the project with Jonathan, trying to wrap that project up. So we're getting closer. That one has taken a little longer than we anticipated, but anyways, looking forward to getting that wrapped up. And Zach and Brian both were busy on some maintenance today, maintenance work, and Dustin was actually got the system started up at the project on the farmhouse, where we installed a new ducting system and a new package unit. So got all that done, or not done, but we got a lot of that completed, and we are looking forward to wrapping up 2 projects this week, and we've got we got about 2 weeks worth of work coming down the pipe that we need to get started on. So hopefully we'll get started on some of that Friday already. Tomorrow morning is my BNI meeting, so I was preparing my slides this afternoon for that, and waiting on a little bit more info to come back from the vice president and from the person who's bringing the 10-minute tomorrow. So hopefully I'll be able to integrate that in. It's my daughter's birthday today, so we're having guests this evening, so I had to cut it short today, and going to be an early start tomorrow morning. So anyways, that was my Monday. My AB call was today, advisory board call, and I actually brought the topic this week. I was talking about integrating performance pay into our current pay structure for service techs and installers. So trying to navigate some of those challenges and some of those not obstacles really, but just what is the best way to go about integrating that into your current pay structure. So those are some of the things we're working on this week, and yeah, looking forward to a great day tomorrow. See you tomorrow.
We've got an old ream here locked out on low pressure. I'm gonna check a few things. There's already a hard start kit on it. Check a few things out. I'm gonna do a real quick leak search on this thing. I see some oil down here. So it's empty. Put a little nitrogen in it, put some bubbles on it real fast. See what's going on out here. And there it is. Right there in that corner. Right there.
Are working on a train package unit. The complaint was the fan was not coming on at all, no matter heating, cooling, fan set to on, it doesn't matter. And on these package units, there's a little relay called a 28807. It's a fan delay relay. Looks like this. It'll be like this in the unit. And if you can look right there, you'll see that capacitor or resistor all burnt up and messed up. So it melted, looks like it might have melted the solder off of it, and it was causing it to not turn the fan on through the relay. So I got that replaced, and now everything works. Okay, I'm working on a Hyperion system. It's a TAM7. And we're getting a status code as soon as you turn the unit on for a 10 flash on your EEV control board. And that 10 flash equates to flash on the EV control board is low superheat, which could be a stuck valve, your sensors calibration, or so I'm thinking it's the sensors that are your temperature, evaporator temperature sensor, and your gas temperature sensor might be out of whack. I don't have this little tiny one, like I have this one though, but it was not able to work. It's a different connection, unfortunately. But
It's just a video camera for us just doing the weekly video. And he said, oh, okay. And he went back inside and And then he come out a little like that afternoon. It's like, yeah, and we were talking about it, and he said, yeah, I was watching what you had going on last week. So he went in there immediately and started watching it. I don't know.
So though, yeah, that's what you need is a little curiosity of the like, and that's who we got to get it out to is BNI or whoever we know.
Yeah, we got to get it out to the people we know.
And then they'll be like, oh yeah, oh check this, if something's going on with my air conditioner. Oh, check out this website.
Yeah, I know. That's what I've been trying to do is build. I don't really know what I think I should
it's
have
the
built.
title.
I think I should have built how-to videos more, but what it's hard just to dive in where you're going to do a how-to. So by filming the stuff that I have going on during the week is interesting. When I go back and watch it, I get ideas about what I should drill in on in later how-to videos of stuff we have going on. I'm like, oh, we didn't explain this well enough.
Right.
So we need to.
I see that.
You see what I mean?
Two guys that I follow, they talk about how bad they were in the beginning.
Oh, yeah.
And that they've improved. You know.
Oh, 100%.
Similar.
And it's everybody's like situation. Like if you would take those guys that are woodworkers or whatever or whatever they're doing, and put them in a different career, they would have to figure out how to adapt filming into that context.
Absolutely.
And so that's, I feel like, what we're maybe learning. So
I'll tell you, I don't. It's been so hard to be, not to, pretty knowledgeable about my field, every aspect of it, and then to be thrown into another field
where you just sort of just.
I remember my first weeks trying to figure out which light switch to turn on the lights in the warehouse.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then you threw this phone at me. You know what I mean? I was just like, if I could get this tipped over anymore, I'm thinking, holy cow. Hey, can you get a capacitor? Okay, what exactly is a capacitor?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Right.
It's a whole new world.
Right. It is. You're right.
So.
And I thought about that a lot. That if I was to do something different, but I think that there's ways to, like, we live in a day and age now where you can do a lot of just-in-time learning. If you understand what I mean by that term, it's like, I've never done this before.
Right. I'm gonna go do it.
But I'm gonna go do it, and I'm gonna figure it out as I go using some of the tools and resources I have. And it might be something as simple as YouTube or.
We've said that about Police Academy. You should become a cop first, ride around with somebody for a while, maybe a year, then go to the Police Academy and learn all this stuff. Because then they'd be like, "Oh,
this is how this works.
This is how it works. I was struggling. This is much easier." Or that stunk now, but it makes sense why we're doing it this way. So
yeah, no, I'm with you.
And I think a good selling point for us, but we got to get the word out, is don't go to school for this. Come in. We'll teach you.
Yeah,
I
think that's a good. The selling point is, I don't know what the selling point is for sure anymore. But it is, hey, just like come try it out.
Look at Darren going to school.
Oh, he went to school for a year.
And the money, and then he's like, not for me.
He's got too much money, too much time.
Well, but I think that happens a lot with lawyering. Imagine going to school for lawyering. Oh, this stinks. What?
I cannot imagine.
Parents would kill you.
I would kill my kids if they I was just talking to somebody the other day. They went to college and they majored in political science or something stupid. I'm like, political and science go together? Like, seriously? Or whatever it's called. I think that's what it was called.
Yeah.
And then he told me, yeah, everything I ever did never used any of it.
Right.
Oh yeah, there was a guy that he works for Comcast now. Anyways. Craziness.
Maybe check you said you were going to clean up some stuff.
Yeah, so
check the air conditioners that I've done, like
what I'm wanting to clean up though is like moving all of this so like right here where we have let's see. So remember I was telling you how we had mixed together inventory, and then we had like the vendors, it's the stuff we buy from the vendors.
Correct. Inventory orders. And
Yeah,
then
so
you have
we
inventory
want it-
items.
Correct. So what we want to do is just take and move. It's not showing up on this board for some reason. I'll have to make sure it's on here. But we want to take and move all of the inventory items, everything from where these cards are,
Yeah.
down over to the vendor's board. Does that make sense?
Yeah. I don't see the vendor's board here. Is
Yeah,
that
that's what I'm
it's not
saying. I'm
showing up?
gonna make sure that it's. I'm gonna make sure that it gets. I'm gonna get it over here. If you would log into your account on here, it would show up. Let's see if we can't log into yours. Let's go to. There, nah, let's not use another account. Cancel. Continue with Microsoft. I gotta get in there and get ready for my financial meeting. Use another account. There we go. Next. Sign in. There we go. Alright, now it should show up. Alright, so yeah, if you go Workspaces, Keysford HVAC. Alright, so so these are all the boards. Oh, okay.
Vendors.
Right there. There we go. Okay. So yeah, we want to move all of the everything that's on that board, we want to move it to everything that is inventory that we buy. So we buy filter racks from Train Equipment. We buy outdoor unit pads from Train Equipment. Anything we buy from that vendor, we want to put under
Yeah.
these cards with a picture. So
Am I
that
going to be able to copy and paste it?
okay, so it's Thursday, beautiful day out. Looking outside, it's all sunshiny. And 1 o'clock in the afternoon, had my BNI meeting this morning, came into the office here in Augusta and spent some time chatting with Cliff about some things in the warehouse. We were going over some of our inventory management stuff that we've been working on, vendors, some of those kind of things. So we were working on keeping this all stocked and making sure we have everything that we need when we need it. So now I am scheduled to go to lunch with Brian here. So I'm headed out to do that. We're going to catch some lunch together and catch up. It's been a while since we've been out to lunch together. So I'm headed out to do that. Had a good BNI meeting this morning. Lots of great stuff. Had a meeting with my dad. Reviewed our financials and everything we got going on in the company there. It's kind of the day that I try to address some of those things and talk about any upcoming changes we have, issues we're dealing with, things we want to change, kind of short-term things, but also long-term. So yeah, there's not. Dustin is working he's working at the farmhouse installation renovation project. Jonathan is finishing up on the furnace and AC. Well, it's an older house AC furnace project. Is that right? Yeah, Zach is there doing the startup right now. So that's coming together. And yeah, Brian was just on a service call and he just finished up on that. So we're going out to lunch. Cliff is running around doing some courier work today. He's headed to Baker to pick up some supplies and deliver them to the shop for projects that are being done right now. We're having to finish up some projects, and so just need to tie up some loose ends, some vent covers, return grills, just little things like that. So planning our installation schedule today is warmed up tremendously from what it was the other day. I'm having to run my AC in my truck here, and so it's definitely warming up, and going to get like up to 87 degrees here in the next couple of days, I believe, is the high. I think maybe it might even be tomorrow already. So, I don't know. Problems may come out of the woodwork when that happens. You just never know for sure what will happen with that. But one of the things my dad and I talked about this morning was adding a dedicated salesperson to our team at some point. And I'm just not sure how I feel about that yet. Not that I don't want to, it's just need to be able to support them. Not so much support them, I think the work is there, but have the leads for them, and I'm not sure we're quite ready for that. So we're trying to grow into that to be able to support that type of system. So, but good changes coming. I think we're getting prepared for the summer and what's to come. And I heard Cliff out there on the phone this morning in the warehouse ordering refrigerant, working on getting quotes on refrigerant, getting ready to order it. So it's always a sign the summer's coming. We start trying to stock up ahead of time for some of the items that you use a lot in the summer. So other than that, I think we're well set. Spring is in the air. People are doing stuff. They're doing projects. And yeah, it's all good stuff. Hopefully we'll get some footage on some projects later today.
Don't forget to read your diagram, boys. If you look, this is a 2-stage cooling. On the diagram, it shows yellow-red is Y2 and yellow-black is Y1. So I had to swap the Ys to make sure they're Y1 goes to Y1, Y2 goes to Y2. Alright, so I'm in the basement. Once you come down the basement, there'll be a door on your left, and the damper is directly the first damper you see. There's another one over there by the water heaters. That's not the one you need. It's this one right here. And what happened was I went to replace the motor and it felt a little free. So there's this little black thing, little piece of plastic that locks the motor into the damper, and it was broken. So we're going to replace this whole damper right here. And it is a 2-wire Aprilaire damper system.
Hey, good morning. It's Friday. Gotta love Friday. It's 9:30, almost 9:45, I guess, actually. In the shop this morning, and we're working on, see what all do we have going on. So I got Jonathan lined out this morning for a project, commercial school project. Got everything loaded up. Shop is looking really nice today. Hasn't been actually cleaned for the week, but Cliff did an excellent job of getting it all organized from the week of busy work. But right now, we got some vents over here that need to go out for some projects, some registers that came in yesterday. Jonathan was doing a little bit of training on brazing yesterday, and that actually, he did a really great job there. This is still, you know, he's still got lots to learn, obviously, but his brazing, it looks really nice. We had him watch it was interesting. People think that brazing is very difficult, but I had him watch the video that HVAC school tech, HVAC school, Vitex, Vortex, put together, explaining how you braze, why you braze, the way you do, and all the details behind why you, I don't remember what all they go into. I've watched it numerous times, but they just go into the mechanics of brazing and just educate you in about 20 or 30 minutes. So I didn't watch that video first, then I had him go in and actually practice. And it looks to me like if somebody will practice about 15 to 20 minutes a day for about, I don't know, 7 or 8 days in a row, that they can make a lot of progress. And I don't know if you can see it, but can't see it very good for some reason. But we've got our flag put up. Just bought this flag. Oh yeah, that's an excellent shot right there. Yep, just got this yesterday. Haven't even cemented my thing in the ground. I'm not sure I'm going to leave it here because from the road you can't see it very well, and I want to be able to tell people to come. People seem to have trouble finding our office, and so at times, so I want to be able to tell them, oh look, come to where the flag's in the front yard. Anyways, so yeah, this morning I'm headed out to a sales appointment. Dustin and Jonathan are both working on the commercial school project addition, finishing up that system and getting that ready to be moved into. I've got to go on a sales call, and then the CAG conference is this weekend, actually in downtown Augusta. So I'm going to, that's Conditioned Air Association of Georgia. Normally every year it's in Savannah. This year it's in Augusta. So I'm going to that this afternoon, and then tomorrow morning I have to go to that as well, because there's a presentation being given that I have to be present for. So this is where we gain continuing education credits for maintaining our license as an HVAC contractor. So if you have to get a certain amount of credits each year, and you can get those credits at these classes that they give. So anyways, beautiful day. It's supposed to get up to like 87. I've seen earlier in the week. I don't know if that's still a prediction, but a lot of stuff to get done, and good stuff. We'll see what we get shot today.
Alright, so I'm working on a mini split at a campground, and the indoor unit inside was throwing a code P4, so I called tech support, and they said that was either your outdoor fan motor, your compressor, or your boards that are bad. So what I did was I ohmed out the compressor wires, which are right there, and everything checked fine on the 3-phase compressor. All the leads read the same exact ohm reading, which is what you want, as well as the fan motor is a 3-phase fan motor. Ohmed out the leads again, they all read the same, so that was fine. So it comes down to this board being bad, and it's, in order to replace the boards, you gotta replace both of them. So there's one right there, and there's your other board with your big old capacitors and your heat sink, and all that's got to be replaced. But yep, gotta love some mini split units. This is actually a Seabreeze, if you ever heard of them. We work on.
That's it for this week's video. Thanks so much for watching. Click here to subscribe to our channel, and click here to watch last week's video.